Hey guys, it's Saturday and it's hot, so excuse the tank top attire and overseas work boots. But I'm in the middle of like doing a heap of projects and none of them are finished and they're not going to be finished soon. So instead of like not putting any video out at all this week, I thought I'd just show you what I'm up to and what's on my mind, because it's Christmas in a week's time and we're going to get my car ready to go away because there's always stuff to do last minute, and we've got to get Steve's car ready because we're doing some similar ideas, but just other stuff that's going on at the moment. Let me just show you around my car in the workshop. If you look closely, you'll see we've got some new treads on here. Gone for the BFG KM3s. Besides looking awesome, I really like the look of them. What I've noticed, so the Maxes have come off. What I've noticed though, and it wasn't until I pulled these off that I could tell, if you put your hand in here and sort of pinch, and I'm using my, middle finger and thumb as a bit of a scale here, I reckon that's maybe 7 or 8 millimeters thick. When I had the BFGs off the rim, I reckon they were double the thickness. It was very noticeable, especially how you can move the tyre in and out with your finger and thumb. The KM3s looked much stronger. Bridgestone, I've got no idea. I'm talking about their tyres and I bought them just through my trade account like normal. But I'm hoping these are going to be much better. Because I did admit I experienced some, wobble issues with the Maxes. So got rid of them. Also, I'm starting to look at the back of my car. So of course now we've got our new floor system. The old one has to go. So not only am I going to rip everything out, all the electrical is going to come out. We've started designing some new drawers. That's why the fridge is out at the moment. We're measuring that up. So we're going to do a drawer system which will have a right-hand side drawer fridge and also a left-hand side drawer fridge. That'll be in Steve's car. And we're going to use all this space right up to sort of this line here, and it's going to come out. So this space that wasn't really used well before, we're going to find a use for, even to the point where I reckon I might, well, I've ordered them, I'm going to get some emu wings in here so I can open that up, have your travel buddy and possibly inverter or who knows what else up there. Talking about electrical, new things that are out. So these new DCS Slimlines have come in. So we're going to put one of them under the floor of mine and Steve's car, so that'll be a bit of a project. I like the idea of this because it's got the Bluetooth app, and also the bigger 120 amp, well actually they do more than that, but the bigger style Anderson plugs on the side. So that's gone in, inverter, and then what's going to be probably a little bit different, maybe even controversial, is the way I'm going to hook up my DCS 80 to the 100. So instead of having like a BC-DC, which is like the traditional way to charge up, your auxiliary battery, which we're going to do that in Steve's actually and do a comparison. So his will be the 100 amp hour DCS with the BC-DC, and then I'm going to use this little thing. So that's a Victron product. It's called a Combiner, and it allows you to basically connect two different battery types and put them in parallel, and when they're charging, they'll charge together. So basically I'm going to be charging this DCS 100 straight off the alternator, and then when you disconnect, turn the car off, sorry about the flyer, it'll isolate the two batteries, so the start one will be left alone. But it means I'm going to have 180 amp hours of power, which is going to be fantastic. So I know I've been saying for ages that you don't need more than DCS 80, and if you're running a fridge, I still believe that, but I want to get into this whole induction cooking thing and even have the ability to, power my caravan if I wanted to off of this battery system. So that's all happening. Now I just got to rip my car apart, get rid of these flies. Oh, and I nearly forgot, the other thing which has been consuming my time lately has been this new dual screen stereo that's out. So, look, I've got a lot to say about this stereo, but I haven't compiled everything. So I'm kind of waiting to do the full video on it once I've got everything working. I'll give you like a really, like, I don't know, 60-second run through on it, but it's and I'll quickly go through the stuff that I'm working out. It's because I think it can be perfect, but it's not quite yet. Alright, just turned the car on, it's booting up, doing its smarty thing that it does. I do like how I can have my car there the way I want it. So the things I really like is, you know, you can do YouTube down here, turn that off. That'll load on the top screen, but then if you say, no, I want to do something else, so maybe I want to do navigation on the top screen, you can go down the bottom here and go to YouTube or Facebook or whatever down the bottom as well, and it will move stuff around. Where's YouTube? Last app. There we go. So I can do that. All the cameras work, so if I turn the car on, and all the doors that open, you know, the correct right door opens, left door and all that sort of stuff. Put it in reverse. There we go, there's all the cameras working up there. Apple CarPlay works. You've got to plug it in with a cord, which I haven't got plugged in, so I can't show you that just at the moment. But I'm pretty happy with it. Like, even to the point where one thing I really wanted out of this was the HEMA maps, and that's all working. It's just kind of working out where to put the GPS antenna. Like, I've tried it a bunch of different ways. At the moment I've got it sitting up here as an experiment. I had the antenna the other way around and I was having all sorts of troubles. I've moved it to that way and it's fine. So I'm going to pull that off and hide it back under here now, so that's all out the way. And same with the hands-free kit. I'm just sorting some stuff out with that. I've got the wrong microphone. So it's looking very promising, but I want to get this like finished before I give you guys my, I guess, total view of it all. Well, there is some cool stuff in here. The sound is actually really good. Right, that's enough of that. And how's the supercharger going, you might ask? I find excuses to drive the car and just hear that sound of like someone pulling a cat from under the bonnet. That I love. And of course it makes more power, more responsive, but I don't know, it's the acoustic sound that just gets me. That whomp. So very happy. I haven't towed yet, but there's going to be a $5 fine coming up. My drive to work each day, I sit on, or depending which way I go, one way I sit on 80 k's an hour most of the way, and the other one is 110 k's most of the way, just depending on what mood I'm in. And my fuel ratio, I'm actually doing better than I was before. Like, I'm getting sort of 14 litres per 100 on the way to work and back. It'd be interesting when I tow, because I've got a feeling when it needs power, it's going to use more power, use more fuel. But just cruising around town, or you know, in my general, I only go to work and back. They're the only two places I seem to go, and it's actually been pretty good, to be honest. All right, I've got to stop talking, and I've got to go pull this car apart and get some work done. Stevo's come to join the party. He's a bit ahead of me. Look at him. What a professional.
Hey, professional it is.
So that's all going in this. Yeah, well, this sits in here actually. So we're kind of mirroring our setups, but just doing them in different ways. I've got all loose out now. I forgot how much wire and stuff I had under here. Far out, but it's half out. Just got to get the rest of it out now. And we can get our new floor in, and I think it's going to look much better too. Alright, what's underneath this battery here?
Underneath the batteries we've got all the wiring going down to our trailer. Obviously 12 pins, I've placed them down, 7 pins for the original trailer manually harness. But obviously these batteries sit beautifully and flush, but they're actually sitting against these wires, so I've just made up a couple of little rubber spaces. So when the battery goes down, it stays flush with the floor that's going in, but keeps hovering over those wires.
I can see you put, yeah, a rubber bit on there too.
Yeah, just to stop the chafing on there.
So that'll sit nice and hard up.
And now it sits level with the
floor.
plastic
Oh yeah, it's like it was made for it.
Yeah, beautiful.
Well, air cons are cranking, sorry for the wind noise. I forgot how much stuff we put underneath this floor. I just keep pulling, this was everything that was underneath. And now I forgot, yeah, all the other electrical. It's all out. I just have to transplant it all now.
But I am liking the way the new floor's looking. I can click it in and have a look. I'm making a video over here. So that's basically everything out, floor in. But I wanted to point out something because I had a fair few questions about the floor not fitting right, and I'll show you what I mean. See, you can see this lip here, there's like a ridge. A lot of people have said to me, oh, it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. No, we've actually made it this way. So when you're putting it together, you need to keep all the bolts loose. So the blue ones underneath, leave them out about a centimetre, get everything to fit in nicely, and then when you tighten those 4 blue bolts where the seats used to sit in up, that pushes tension this way rearward on the car, and that's how it all locks together with that joint just here. So it's not that you've got a faulty one, you just got to do everything loose and then tighten it all up together and you'll be fine. Alright, I'm pretty much calling it today. Show you where Steve-O's up to. All looking good under the floor there. Tripping over stuff. So this will be powering the induction cooktop. That's, what's this?
That's your manifold for your ARB compressor.
Onboard air. We'll do the DC charger in Steve's. And this is how mine turned out. I'm kind of calling it today. But that's the floor in. Battery, oh, it's just sitting there to be honest. But it sits under there nicely. There's maybe 2 or 3 millimeter gap. And I was a bit cheeky, like the floor is undulated. So what I've done is used the foam that the battery came in to pad it underneath, and it works perfectly. So that's actually quite secure. It's sort of clamped in by the floor. I'm going to call it a day, and then I'm going to go and rewire everything underneath, or I might actually ask Carl to help me. But that's a wrap, and we'll do like a proper video on these installs coming up, but we're just experimenting at the moment, and this is just what ended up happening today. So if you like this sort of stuff, like, subscribe, all that sort of gear, and we'll see you next time on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.